Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez.
And I'm Hillary Rodriguez.
And today we're going to do a review in a slightly different format that we'll be occasionally doing going forward, depending on the game. We're doing a bite-sized review for a bite-sized game. Now, that doesn't mean that these games don't have their own complexity, or that, they're mindless or anything like that, but they do tend to be, generally a little smaller format game.
Or they might be just like a standalone add-on to an existing game.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we have today, because we're going to be talking about the Santa vs. Krampus Dice Throne standalone expansion. Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
And it's almost the holidays, so this is kind of our holiday edition episode as well.
Exactly. I don't think we have any other Christmas games.
I don't think so.
Dead of Winter does have a Drunk Mall Santa, so I guess we could have gone that route, but a little easier to get this one to the table in the busy holiday season, to say the least. So, anyway, so this is part of the big series of games called Dice Throne. There's Season 1, Season 2, there's a Marvel Dice Throne, and each of those sets has a whole bunch of different characters, and you can find them against each other, and those sets also do release some in packs of just 2 characters if you want to get it that way. But this is an all-new one that doesn't belong specifically to any of those sets. That, of course, as you might have guessed, has Santa and Krampus as the 2 characters that you can play. So, basically, Dice Throne, it's just a game where you're going to have your own unique character that's going to have their own unique abilities. You're going to be rolling dice, trying to get certain symbols to match up with your abilities on the board. You're going to be playing some of your skill and ability cards to try to amplify your powers or mess up your opponent or that sort of thing.
There's also some tokens that your characters can collect by doing different things. And the tokens will go on either your board or your opponent's board. And it'll either give you benefits or do some bad things to your opponent.
Absolutely. So that is extremely basic overview. Obviously, don't try to play just with that knowledge. It won't probably help you that much. But we do want to do a review of at least Marvel Dice Throne sometime, probably in the not too distant future. So we'll go into more details there. But, if you already have Dice Throne or if you don't, but there really is not that much to it, honestly. So, but that wasn't how to play, just so we're clear.
So for the artwork, it's a very, very nice, well-done comic look to it. The characters are really bright and vibrant. In this particular set, I really love Krampus's rejects. They're really cute, odd toys. They kind of remind me of like the toys that the Halloween Town people were making in Nightmare Before Christmas. And so it's really cute and fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the better description. I was thinking of like the in Toy Story 1, like the toys that the neighbor kid had mutilated, basically. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, they got a little creepy to them, but they're not, horrifyingly creepy. There's just a little bit of something there too. But yeah, the artist for this, and he does all the art for all the Dice Throne sets, is Manny Tremblay, and I just like that art so much. It's so cool, so characterful. I think it's kind of funny because in these, with the character boards, like Santa looks like kind of like he's like a man ready to kick some butt on his, and then Krampus looks just super happy.
I think Santa's just drunk on the eggnog.
Ooh, you think so? Oh, maybe so. And Krampus is like, haha, it'll be easier to defeat you now. I don't know. Anyway, but I do like it. Also, I think all the iconography is very clear.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to figure out what things are supposed to be once you've played just a little bit, I think. Mm-hmm. So, no complaints there. The dice all look really cool. I think, they're all individual for each character, which is awesome.
Yeah, and like some characters will have more icons on the dice than others. Like on this set, Santa only has 3 icons, where Krampus has 4 icons. Mm-hmm. But their abilities and what you need to get kind of changes and is reflective of that too. So.
Okay, so for theme, obviously, this one is, this set is Santa versus Krampus. You can mix these characters with any of the other sets. You can easily have Santa versus Captain America or Krampus versus the Moon Elf or whatever it is. I don't remember anymore. The overall theme of like all the games combined might be a little weird depending. But individually, even with the other sets as well, each character, I think, really feels like what they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be, and I think they've continued that on really well with this set.
Yeah, I agree, and like the characters really feel like the characters. Like, even when it comes down to their abilities. I don't really remember it with the other sets, but this set really did a lot of tongue-in-cheek names with their abilities, and it's just a lot of fun, so we thought we'd share those.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tell you about Santa. So Santa's abilities, and most of these are attacks. I think there might be one or two that's not, but he has Trim Your Tree, Festivities, Fireside Chat, Naughty or Nice, Rosy Cheeks, Holly Jolly, Reindeer Games, Eggnog in it, and then his big mega attack is called Comfort and Joy.
And for Krampus, we have SWAT, Savage, Bad Tidings, Rottener, Misbehaving, Spoils, Rejection. His defense is Deviled Eggs, and his big bad is Discomfort and Pain.
Yeah, so just brilliant. I mean, I suppose you could stick, different theme names on the exact same thing and have it feel thematic that way. But you know what? I just think it works in this game.
Yeah,
it doesn't need a ton of other wacky stuff. So.
Yeah. And with this particular set, it kind of makes sense that Santa and Krampus are fighting each other as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we did mention earlier that this is kind of a standalone set from the Dice Throne overall games. You can add it to and mix and match it with other sets. But for a standalone set, I think this is really well done. It makes a lot of sense. It's a really easy game. They made it so that the characters are both really easy to pick up. Krampus is a little bit more complicated because he does have the rejects as an additional draw pile or deck. But it's not overly complicated. So I think that both of these characters are really easy to help teach how to play Dice Thrones to new players.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the game itself is not super complicated, but I know some of the characters in the other sets some of them had quite a lot more things going on. So I think these two are a great way to start. I don't think anyone's going to have too much trouble learning, but if someone's very new to gaming, maybe start them with Santa and they could try Krampus afterwards. There's a few minor drawbacks. Overall, I'm really positive on this because Dice Throne is just a heck of a fun game. It's just cool to go in there and knock each other around a little bit. A couple things that I think are kind of odd about the series in general is that some people will not like that you can have rolled your dice and finally got your cool attack off, and your opponent may have a card that'll let them play something and mess up what you've rolled, and so kind of undo what you did. And I remember, it didn't bother me at all when we played the first season, and then we hadn't played for a while. We played the second season, and I must have been in a bad mood, because I remember it just ticking me off that, that we could just, that my awesome roll could just be, undone. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I remembered that was a thing going in, and like I said, I probably wasn't in a great mood or the right mindset that day or something. But people who would be very bothered by that may not like it.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you don't celebrate Christmas or you don't like it for whatever reason, I mean that's what the set is. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. My kind of one minor complaint about the game in general, but I think it's a lot more noticeable with this particular set, is that at least your starting off defense rolls don't really negate any damage. Mm-hmm. So you might deal some damage back, but for the most, and even then some of the characters don't do that. So I guess I wish it was called something else. Than a defense roll, because when I'm playing a game and I know I have a defense roll, I think I'm going to be able to negate some of the damage that's coming at me, and that's not the case with this game, at least not starting off.
Yeah, it's more you got hurt, but at least you got this little bonus thing too, which I mean, it's fine. But yeah, it's not the same as I actually blocked that, some of that massive amount of damage coming in. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's a thing. It kind of bugs me, but I mean, I guess in this set, with neither one of them really having that for the most part, the games are even faster because you are just knocking each other down, and so that, I mean, I guess it's just kind of how much that bothers you. Yeah,
it's something that I think especially if they called it something else, it wouldn't have bothered me at all. But because it's called a defense roll, it just kind of the wording messes with my brain.
Yeah, I could see that.
So for final scores, I'm going to give this a solid 8. I really enjoyed this set. I really enjoyed playing both characters. I do enjoy Krampus just a little bit more because he does have those rejects that give you a little extra abilities, or it adds a little extra to the game. And so I did enjoy playing Krampus just a little bit more than Santa, but Santa was also fun to play.
Yeah, I agree, and I've actually given it an 8 too. I also preferred Krampus a little bit more, just a little bit more complexity without making it too much of a, it's not like a brain burner at all. Just a little bit extra thing you can have there. I enjoyed that. I really want to mix this with the other sets. So, you know, once we play some of the Marvel, I want to have like Krampus fight any of them. I don't know why. It has that, or Santa's kind of funny too, right? But whatever. Like I feel like Santa really should attack Loki because, dude, that guy, he misbehaves all over the place. But yeah, I really like it. I think if you have other sets, you might like it even more than which I do, but until I mix them, I just don't know how that all is going to be. But you know, on its own, you know, eventually the same two characters you might get kind of tired of. But I think they design these you know 2 character sets so you could try it, see if you like it, and then get a bunch more. Yeah. And I think people, even if they get this thinking it'll be just for the holiday season, they're gonna play that. And I think you can even get Marvel Dice Thrown at Target now, and they're gonna start expanding out from there. So job well done, because it's a cool set, for sure, and I think it'll hook people in as easily as any of the others could. I can't compare them to the other like 2 character sets because we just bought like a whole season at a time, so I don't know how it compares in that way, but it's a good solid way to start. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time we put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to see you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye.
Hi everyone, we now have a merch store, so please help support our channel and check it out.
Yeah, these games are very expensive, as you know. We'd also love to upgrade our equipment one day so we can get you know, better quality video to you. And sadly, that all just takes a bunch of money. But this is a great way you can help us. We have all kinds of t-shirts in different colors with both the classic All Games New and Old logo and the AGNO for Everyone logo.
We also have sweatshirts like the zip-up hoodie or the classic hoodie.
And we have all kinds of items you can have around the house, like the water bottle or coffee tumbler.
We also have pint glasses and mugs and a few other things.
Yeah, so go on there. There's a lot of different colors for a lot of this stuff. So go check it out. You know, see if anything appeals to you. Hopefully it does. And hopefully you'll help us out. We'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
At each other's throats. Christmas carnage. I have so much snot in my face, and it's gross.